Yeah, it's already led to more lessons because what I originally set out to do was grow my presence online so that I could either offer more lessons online through Skillist, or I could ultimately do the thing which I want to do, which I'm already doing, is sell digital classes.
Yes.
And so I'm actually super excited to announce this and that it's going to go out on this podcast.
Yeah.
I just finished editing my first digital course, which is a course on putting.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. And so that is
for people like me who have no time.
Exactly. For anybody.
And 10 p.m. at night,
yeah,
I can watch
exactly.
my golf
You can just
lesson.
watch it. And the cool part about it too is the videos are like 45, not even. Some of them are like 28 seconds up to maybe 90 seconds, maybe 120 seconds maximum.
Yep.
Super short, digestible. You can go back and review the content after you've done X. I have pro tips in there. I have bonus content in there. I have drills in there. It is a comprehensive course.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, that you're able to digest at your own pace. But the amount of information in that digital course is exactly what you would get from me if you were in person.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal was, and has always been, like, how as the golf professional do you scale yourself?
Yep. Yep.
There's only so many hours I'm able to work in a day.
And people are only going to pay so much for a golf lesson.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, how much could I possibly charge before someone's like, you are out of your mind? And there are some people.
Probably now would say that.
Well, and some people, there are a lot of friends of mine, mentors, that their price point is double, if not triple, what I charge.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For in-person time.
Yep.
As it should be. They are very good at what they do. And it's not to say I'm not good at what I do. I am. But if there is a guarantee at the end of that $500 that you're going to be hitting the ball different than you were before you came in, or hitting it the way you planned when you signed up, then yeah, that's worth it.
Yeah.
It just takes longer for me to get you there.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that right now. And I'm getting better at communicating the information and the messaging. And I feel like the price matches where it should right now. Now I'm going to get better.
Yeah. And you're
I'm
going to be charging
more.
now.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying this to someone the other day. I was like, if I can figure out how to make a website where it's the hub of all the information that you, the golfer, needs, like you go to my website and it gives you everything you need.
Oh, yeah.
It solves the problem that you didn't even know you had.
Yep.
Then that is a huge milestone success. Like, I feel like I could wrap my career up in a bow and send it on its way.
Oh, how cool.
Yes. And so what I'm trying to do right now, and it's with a friend of mine, Nick, is build out a website that has access to all of the digital courses that I'm going to create.
Uh-huh.
And when you land there, this is my dream, is that there's a little search bar. And in the search bar, there's a rolling number of words and or phrases. Like, I slice the ball. I can't get out of the sand. I'm a 3-putter. I can't break 95. I want to be able to put backspin on the ball. I keep blading my chip shots. Like, whatever. Like, all the complaints I've ever heard in my life. And that search bar is a rolling ticker of all those problems. And right above that search bar is the phrase, what is your current pain point?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So, like, maybe you see one pop up.
Because you can't articulate, oh, I need to work on my...
I would like to be more consistent. Oh my God.
Yeah,
okay.
But you know your problem.
You know you're not, anyway.
I think I saw you one time and I was like, if I blade another chip.
And I'm like, I've got the solution
I
for you.
need a lesson right now.
And so what I want to have happen also, and this is what was really, really exciting about talking to Nick. I said, Nick, honestly, what would be really cool is if a person puts in their pain point, there's a way for the response to be my voice with how I would communicate about that specific pain point. Mm-hmm. And I would suggest they look at this video about this specific thing, or this class is where you need to go.
Isn't it like a generative AI tool?
It's generative AI. It is exactly that. He said, we can totally do that.
Oh, that's so cool.
You just need to talk for like an hour and it'll capture your tone, your vernacular, all of the things, like your idiosyncrasies, your colloquialisms, all of the things.
Oh
my
my gosh,
accent,
I love
the
it.
whole thing. It will be me.
I love it. I
It's
love it.
genius.
That's so
I
cool.
was like, this is so great. This is exactly what I want, because talk about scaling.
Yeah.
If the website can do what I would do if I was just sitting at the bar
Yeah.
talking to a person. Oh,
Well, then
also,
And then it's more affordable. Like you have
cheers.
lots of price points.
Totally. All the
Cheers.
price. Cheers. Good to
I'm
see
proud
you.
of you.
Thank you, buddy.
I
But
love
if it's
it.
able to have all of those options, right? Like you
Yep.
could choose to take this one-off class that's the equivalent of an hour lesson. It won't be the price of an in-person hour lesson. It'll be less, but it is okay, that's a whatever. Or you could grab one video from that class. Like that's the only thing you feel like you don't totally understand. You could
Yeah.
just grab that video and it's at X price.
Yep.
Or you could be a subscriber
Yep.
at whatever price. So
And then you get access to the full
thing.
enchilada.
You get the full enchilada for X amount of time at this price point. Well, cool.
Yeah, or monthly recurring. Give me your credit card and I'll
That's-
charge you every month.
That's exactly right. So the subscriber is in that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Love it.
And I think if, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, which is get these digital courses shot, edited, put on a host site somewhere so that it's accessible, and then Bob's your uncle.
How many courses could you make? If every course is
my
an hour,
God.
how,
Yeah.
like, being a golf pro, how many versions of courses are there? Is there like 100, 1,000, 10,000?
I don't think there's 1,000. I think without overwhelming the person listening to this, I honestly think that there is at least 100 lessons that could be available on any given host site.
Yeah.
And when I say lesson, I don't mean like there's 15 videos associated with how to hit a punch shot.
Yeah.
A punch shot is a short lesson.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think there needs to be 100 videos on understanding like what is the bounce.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
one. That's like 2 videos
Yeah.
or something, and it's short, right? But it could be a lesson. Now, if you get into the beefier ones, like how to organize the backswing, what's the transition, and how do I get into transition? What's the hit? How do I get into the hit with a square clutch? Like all of that. That gets heady and deep, and you need lots of time with that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And those are
Longer,
bigger, whatever.
Yeah.
But if there's, options for all kinds,
Yeah.
the new person, okay, I'm just breaking out of being a brand new golfer. I'm trying to break into being an intermediate golfer. There's content that you need to get your hands on that isn't so complex that you feel like you have no idea how to move forward.
Yeah.
You get those baseline fundamentals down, and then there's a whole nother section of content that's for the intermediate player.
Yeah.
That's looking to level up, that's looking to become the single-digit handicapper.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Then there's
I'm
a
excited.
whole, I think there's more than 100. I think there's like at least 500, maybe 1,000.
Well,
because then you could actually play. You could do the real course play.
Well, and
with like fast
yes,
forward.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
How do I approach this
I
shot?
do agree with you. Like, there's my mentor. His website has 600 videos available, and when I read that information, I think
Seems
about
a
like
lot.
I am overwhelmed by the volume.
That's a lot of podcasts
It's a lot
and
of
videos to
information,
edit.
And that's why I think like, okay, so how do you organize that content so that it's functional for the person coming in? And that's where I was like, we need to make it so that it's easy for them to find what they need. Like
Yeah.
I need to hand it to them.
Yeah.
So if
I
they
love it.
come to it and they're like, I have this problem, this is my pain point. Oh, well, here's what you need.
Yeah. It's like a cookbook where you can have like here's your dinner party ideas,
Yeah.
your appetizers, your entree, your side dishes, and your dessert.
Yeah.
Or you can look it up by ingredient. I have
Yeah.
eggplant. What do I
Oh, that
make?
was another thing.
Like, I don't need a
How
menu.
many things can I make out of
But
eggplant?
I need an eggplant.
Yes, exactly.
But
And,
sometimes I
one
need
of
a
my-
menu.
Totally. And one of my other friends, she was like, I think you need to have a glossary of golf terms on your website.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, you're right, because I say
definitely
it
need a
all the
glossary.
time. Golf is another language, and I forget often that I'm just rambling on about whatever, and I've said 6 or 7 things, and I can see like you are lost. You have no idea what I'm talking
You've done
about.
that to me before.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's funny. Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm proud of you. That's
Thank you, buddy.
awesome.
I appreciate it. Everybody, this is my great friend, Erin Gore
Hello.
of Garden Society.
Hello.
I wanted her to come on because she's a gangster in her own right. She has her own company, but I wanted her to tell her story, and then I wanted us to tell our story of how we became friends and ultimately started working together.
How many under 21-year-olds are watching your podcast?
I always said it that it is not for children.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to assume 0.
Yes.
Okay. That's hilarious. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
What a
Welcome to
cool-
Greenside Chats. Cheers.
What a cool full circle
I know, man.
moment. I love
know.
it.
It's
I
very
love it.
cool.
And I love, you posted the other day, everybody needs a hype girl. So I love being your hype girl.
I appreciate you.
I always am like,
Yeah.
cut,
Yeah.
stroke,
Stroke, bunker, compress, dink.
motherfucker. I think I put that on one. I was having a bad
Probably.
day.
You're having a day. You're having a day.
Sorry. Whoops.
Hey, I feel like sometimes that is part of the vernacular out here.
I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Like of all the terms, we as golfers say all the swears.
all of them.
All of them.
Because it's a 4-letter word game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, you are correct.
That's what my dad taught me. The only place it's okay to swear is on the golf course because it's a 4-letter sport. True story.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So you're like,
Hey,
okay.
when was the first time you played golf?
I don't have any memory of my first game of golf. But I did play, I have memories of playing golf. My parents grew up a few blocks over from a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad taught my sister and I to play golf. And we'd go to the driving range. We'd play. I don't know like when I started.
Oh.
But I have.
But you were young.
I was young. I
Yeah.
have strong memories of being like 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, yeah.
Playing golf with my dad.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like out there playing 9 holes. And then like as I've gotten older, now in my mid-age moment, I still like love playing golf with my dad.
Yeah,
and it's,
me
like,
too.
He's so good and
Yeah.
it's so like our thing
Mhm.
and it's great.
It is those are some of my sweetest memories is playing with my dad.
Yep.
And my mom doesn't play golf. She could if she let herself learn, but she was just busy watching and
Yep.
taking care of kids and working and all that. But my dad and I have we have this camaraderie, but also this competitive thing that we do when we play together. He's hilarious. I did one of these with him, and I jokingly said that my dad hates to lose, but the only person he was happy to lose to was me.
Yeah. I bet he lost a lot to you.
It
You're
started
an excellent golfer.
It started happening.
He raised a Division I golf athlete. Like, hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Dreams realized for your
Dreams
dad.
realized for my dad. Yeah, exactly. We had a lot of fun. We
that's
still
so
have a
great.
lot of fun. You know, it's hilarious that you mentioned when we were talking on the way down about your pickleball hat and how you're deeply invested in pickleball now.
Yes.
My dad has hung up his golf clubs to play pickleball.
He's hung him up?
Yeah, he's like, I don't play anymore. I got totally bored because I started playing pickleball. He doesn't have a crowd of people out there that he feels are competitive enough for him.
Yeah, he doesn't have his people.
He's bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
And
bored.
now he's playing pickleball.
Yes.
And he's smashing.
Smashing.
Yeah, I love it.
He loves, that man plays like 5 days a week. He'll go play for hours at a time.
That's how all these old people get so good at pickleball.
I know.
People are like, oh, how come we don't see you out here more? I play at Airport Club.
You're like, I have
And
a
I go, I'm
full-time
like,
job.
work.
I have a job.
Work.
Yes.
Work, family, obligations. I'm not 65 and
I'm
retired.
65 and retired. Like my child is 8.
Yes, 7.
Okay, 7.
Yeah, and I have something called a high maintenance husband.
Okay.
Love you, Tom Gore.
Yeah. Tom
But-
Gore, love you.
Yeah, love you. But I was like, I who can play pickleball for 5 hours
No,
a
but
day?
I don't know.
5
those-
days a week.
Jeff.
But
can-
yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
all the retired people at Airport Club. But it's okay. I'm slightly jealous, slightly wishing it was me.
I started saying to people probably 8 years ago, I need your life. And all I wanted was the fact that they were retired already. That's it. That's all I wanted. Anyway. Oh, gosh.
It's hilarious.
So, given that you're pickleballing all the time and
Yep.
you're a busy mom and a business owner and, you have a needy husband sometimes.
Yep.
Love you, Tom Gore.
Love you, Tom Gore.
When do you find time to golf?
You know what? It's so interesting. So golf has ebbed and flowed for me always, right? And there's times when like work's been really hectic, I don't golf. And then there's times work is really hectic and I have to golf.
And you have to golf.
Because I've realized like I can walk and pull my clubs and it brings me so much peace and calm.
Yes.
And I get my steps in.
Yeah.
It's like a multitask where I golf with friends, so I get my social time and I blow steam.
Yeah.
And usually I'm terrible for like 3 holes till I settle in and slow down.
Totally.
And like smoke a doob and chill out. But I've been playing in the Windsor Golf League, the Sunset League.
The Sunset
with Linda.
League, yes.
So there's a group of us that play down there. I've been playing here.
Fun.
We don't play together nearly enough.
I know. We don't ever play together.
Ever.
Which is so sad.
I know, we
so
used
sad.
to.
We did. We used to play. But I got to go golf this weekend.
Oh, fun.
And on the way out there, we went and played Northwood.
Oh, our favorite course.
Our favorite course.
Oh my gosh, love.
On the way out there, I was like kind of coming down from having the weekend that we had, which is so fun. It was full and busy and beautiful. I loved it. And I was also trying to work a little bit and trying to get a couple of things wrapped up. And so I was mildly aggravated that I couldn't get the things done that I wanted to get done in the timeline that I wanted.
Yeah.
But as we were driving, I know, as we were driving out there, I was, that drive out River Road is just so beautiful anyway. Like I'm imagining it right now in my mind. We're turning the corner, going around Corbell. You see all those vineyards, and then the backdrop is the redwood trees, and then you start running along Russian River, and every single mile that goes by, it's like I could actually feel my cortisol levels going down. And then we just walked. We walked 9 holes. We took Frankie, our brand new dog. We took Brett and Emily, our cousins. And Sarah came too, and it was so lovely.
Yeah.
It was slow. It was really chill out there, so it wasn't very busy.
Nice.
It was warm.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Nice.
Like hot almost yesterday. It was everything that the body needs to kind of reset, smooth down that nervous system, get back in check with yourself.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like what you were saying is like, I need where I'm stepping away from all that other stuff so that I can hit the reset button.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And being a type A woman that we both are, it's like hard to give myself permission to do that unless I have an obligation to it.
I'm like that too.
So it's like golf league, I have an obligation. I have to go. I made a commitment. I paid the fee.
Yeah.
Or like friends, like, oh, we're going to golf on this date. Can you go? And I'm always fast to say yes before I even like check my calendar. And I'm like, oh shit, I got to reschedule 3 meetings. Yeah. I can't do this. Pick up. I have to call in favors.
Yeah.
But it's like giving myself that permission to take a deep breath, slow down.
Let's find some balance.
Nature.
We have to find the balance. Like
get some exercise.
I don't know if this is a challenge for you, but this has been my challenge like my whole life, and it probably will be until I'm dead. And Sarah has been an incredible aid in this, which is I don't balance very well. I get heavily invested in a thing, and then I go a million miles an hour in that thing, and everything else is kind of blurry on the peripheral. I'm just like laser focused on the thing.
You're like a Labrador.
Yes.
Duck hunting.
Exactly. So if I have these outlets so that I can reset, feel better balanced in my life, I mean, I'm far more effective as an employee, as a friend, as a lover, as a partner, as a parent, as just in every capacity. I'm there. I can be attentive. Yeah. We need these things. We need these outlets in our life.
Exactly. It's true. Well, especially like running your own business.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get caught in this, like, how do you turn it off? You never have enough money. You have employees. You have customers.
Trying to do.
I don't know about you, but the 3 a.m. wake up call of like the to-do list where you're like literally a typewriter in your brain.
I can't even believe it. Yeah, like your thing that you're in is so much more complicated than what I'm doing. But when I was trying to run my own business and have employees, I didn't sleep. I was horrible.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's very hard. I commend you. I have a ton of cha for what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
God.
I don't know. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
2 steps back. It's just
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
We're doing the cha-cha all the time.
Can I retire yet? No, just kidding. Love my team. Love my team out there.
Love you guys. Who can I
Love
sell this to?
Love you all.
Tell us.
Oh, yeah. So about my
Tell
company.
us about Garden Society.
Okay, so Garden Society is a local cannabis business, cannabis operator. We're a benefit corp. In the early days, we started for women's health and education.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Remember those days?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we're a 3-state large-scale cannabis manufacturer.
Okay, so we're here. We're in New Jersey and Ohio.
We had Ohio, yep, and now we launched in Mass. We sold Ohio, but we're in Massachusetts now.
Damn. Okay.
So it's intense, and it is awesome. I love it. I'm so proud of it. You know, I always think about like, oh, I had this vision of like lean, templatized manufacturing and large scale CPG, cannabis for all, and cannabis like high quality, efficacious, delicious.
Yeah.
Help people live more holistically.
Right.
And you know, every time we have all these successes and wins, we also are like, oh God, now there's more problems. And then the problems just change and they just evolve. And it's like, oh my gosh. But it's cool. I'm really proud that it's like still here and kicking, and what a privilege that
Yes, that you get to do it, and
I get to do it. Yeah.
Your product is so beautiful. It's beautifully curated. It's beautifully created. It tastes so good.
And it makes you feel so good.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so proud of it.
You should be. It's really like,
and
truly.
I love helping everyone. And like, look, 60% of our customers are men. So to all the men out there, buy Garden Society. You can
give
buy
it a try.
Give it a try.
It is so beautiful.
It'll improve your quality of life. You can buy it at Soulful and Jane here in town and all over Sonoma County and California. But I love helping women feel better.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you were there in the early days when I started this, and I had both my hips done. I had my right hip just replaced again. Yep. Like, I had a big surgery, college sports, lots of pain.
Yep.
And then, so I got into cannabis managing my pain, but then I realized I could use it for all these other ways of life that were more holistic.
Yeah.
And as my career progressed, I had a hard time feeling like I could do it all. Like, you know, Sheryl Sandberg, I think, screwed our generation of like, lean in and be tougher.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, no, you actually can't at a certain point.
No.
Like,
there's a threshold for everybody.
There's a threshold. It's impossible to have the big career, be the perfect mom, be the perfect partner.
Well, and that is such a painful road to walk.
Yes, it's impossible.
It's very lonely.
It's very lonely, and it's very like laced
lonely.
with failure, right?
Oh, 100%. And it's not to say that failure is a bad thing. Failure is actually really good, but in our culture, I think failure is seen as a very negative thing.
Yeah.
And that is what is so damaging about it. Like, okay, I can lean in and I can work hard. I'm happy to work hard.
Yeah, exactly.
You're happy to work hard. I want to create something amazing and beautiful, just like you do.
Yep.
All of those things are true.
Yep.
And how many times have I fucking failed figuring out the thing that is actually successful?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, that's the thing that I think those are the conversations that are the most important to have on the heels of what you just said.
Yep.
Sorry to totally cut you off.
No.
But sidebar is,
I love it.
In the first year that I coached basketball at Healdsburg High, I had to have a conversation. It felt very important to say to those freshman girls, look, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Stop being afraid to mess this up.
Yeah.
I need you to mess it up.
Like, try.
I need you to really try really hard to get it right and mess it up.
Yeah.
We're in practice. We learn how to do it here. And guess what? You're going to mess it up in the game too. And that's okay.
Yeah. And did they understand?
They did. But there is a thing that happens in our life, in our culture, that makes it not okay to not be presented perfect the very first time.
Yeah.
And that is extremely destructive to the business owner.
Yeah.
And the mom.
Well, even I had that the other day. Like, honestly,
yeah.
I had a hard day and my customer's yelling at me and I don't have enough money in my bank account. In cannabis, we have no traditional financing tools. So everything we do is cash. We bank, but like payroll is the cash in your bank and buying things is the cash in your bank. I have no credit. And so
Which is extremely stressful.
Which is extremely stressful when you have 100 employees and you're running a big company. And I had a hard moment with my investor and I became vulnerable to my investor. And my investor, you know, backtracked a little bit and was like I could feel it. And I was like, oh, I wasn't like perfect.
I wasn't tough and I wasn't perfect.
I wasn't tough and I wasn't perfect. And you know what? I was also okay with it. I was like, this is real.
Yeah.
And like, this is like the real me.
Right.
But at the same time, there is that moment of like the vulnerability and the failure and that like authentic honesty
Yeah.
that society doesn't want you to necessarily have all the
No.
time. Because they're like, ooh, I don't like that.
And there's certainly like the discomfort, the amount of discomfort around watching someone be vulnerable,
Yes.
I think is a huge flaw.
Yes.
Like I remember, I just like, I've had a number of conversations with my dad around what he was like as a young man, and he's a self-described, has self-described insecure man with a superiority complex.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How emotionally aware.
Yeah, but it took him until I was 25 to be able to say that. So by the time I was 25, he was 50.
Wow.
Right? But as a man who is now 72 years old and is very in tune, very in tune with who he is, what he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
He's tender. He's okay to show that side of him.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to do those things. But what a gift for a man that was 50 years old to be able to say that to a young Amanda.
Yeah, that's
who
awesome.
Had, a pretty sizable ego at 25. I wasn't like arrogant or conceited or cocky or anything like that, but I felt like I had something to prove.
Yeah.
And I'm in a business where...
Well, you did probably have something to prove to get to where you were.
I did.
That's how you
I
succeeded.
I'm not saying I'm not taken seriously now, but I still got trolls out there. Like,
you have trolls?
I have some trolls, man. They're hiding out under the bridges.
I'm gonna drop it off at your front porch. I have my trolls from when I was a kid with the pink hair.
No, I mean a digital troll.
I
got some digital trolls out there.
I bet.
And who doesn't?
Who doesn't? You put yourself out there.
You put yourself out. Like, I'm out here and I'm doing
so
this thing.
Easy to judge behind a screen.
How great for you, troll, who has an account that doesn't even say like your name. It just says user and a whole bunch of numbers. And there's not even a photograph. And if there is a photograph associated, it's not even a picture of you.
That's why I think it's so brave what you're doing building online, because it's scary. Online is a scary place.
Well, and I think too, just like, it is a scary place, but back to your point of like expressing the vulnerability and witnessing in your investor, like, it caused them to take a beat.
Yes.
And they need to. We all need to. We have to remember we're talking to human people.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not corporations having these conversations.
Yeah.
Like, you're a small business. I'm like a nothing business. I'm just me.
Yeah.
Right? So like if
you're a small business, don't belittle yourself.
Small business, sole proprietor. Let's say.
Shut up.
But if it's,
we are not in the self-deprecating world.
We're not.
We are hype girls.
You're
big business.
I'm big business. I'm big business. You're big business.
Boom.
We're a big business. But if we forget that we're also just these human people under here, then we stop treating each other like, oh, you must be having something happening to you right now.
Yeah. And, I was talking to my mom recently about my son and Tommy and, I don't know, just parenting and all this stuff. And one thing that I acknowledged in my parents, my mom was extremely strict. She'll deny it to this day. As she ages, she tends to forget key pivotal moments in my sister and I's childhood, or she renegotiates the storyline anyway.
Okay.
So she was very strict, and she was very strict on music. And she made us do piano lessons. I played 20 years of Suzuki piano, which is classical, by ear, by memory.
Wow.
Dun, 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 dun,
Wow.
dun, dun, dun. Made my sister and I both engineers, really good at math.
Oh,
Music,
wow.
math, brain relationship.
Yes.
My mom was a special education teacher. She's incredible with education and kids. And she was like a surgeon developing our brains.
Sure was.
Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
So she used to make us do all these performances. So to this day, she denies that she made us. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't sign up to do the middle school talent show by memory.
100% not.
100% not. Okay, so I had to do these things.
It's not.
And I would fail every time.
Every
It was
time.
like, and you can't play like extended classical music in front of 200 of your peers on stage without getting a little stage fright.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And so every time I'd be like, and
and
walk off the stage. Not even finish the song. Mess it up, walk off. Or some version of something like that. And there were moments I did pretty good. And there were moments I did really good in like the competitions. But there were a lot of moments like I had to play Amazing Grace. This is another one. I played Amazing Grace on the flute at my grandfather's funeral in front of the whole church as they carried the casket down.
Oh my!
You can't play a flute and cry.
Really?
Okay. So like, you know what she made me really good at? There's these pivotal moments where I'm like, what in the hell was she thinking? Right? And I'm thinking about Tommy and like, how do I develop this confidence in Tommy and this? She created this complete lack of fear of failure.
Oh, yeah.
Because I failed so much.
So often. You weren't afraid to fail anymore.
I wasn't afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what's the worst that happens? I just like walk off stage.
Try again. Hey, I'm going to have another competition my mom signed me up for next week.
Go, or like, oh, my friends are still my friends, even though I messed up on the stage playing piano.
Yeah.
Or like, even though I missed the shot, my team's still my team.
Still my team. Yeah.
You know, so it actually made me a really good entrepreneur that had like a really low fear of failure because I was like, oh, what's the worst that happens? I mess up.
Okay.
I'll be okay.
What a gift.
What a gift, right? And so how do you like, for girls, for life, for people, like how do you instill that? And that comes back to your culture of like accepting failure.
Yes.
Failure is not a bad thing.
Failure's a tool. We use
it's a
it
tool
to
for
learn
development.
from. Absolutely.
And so like, I don't know, I think it's something that I think a lot about, especially as a business owner, especially in my golf game.
Yeah.
Well, there that went sideways. Fucking Amanda. I did like look up your videos.
Fucking Amanda.
I looked up your videos again. I was like, I swear that's what she told me to do at 11 p.m. last night as I was half asleep on my gummy. Shank. That's the only bad thing about cannabis with your golf lessons late in the evening. The reality becomes a little
What's the reality?
distorted.
What did she say?
And then I looked it up and I go, I did
Lord,
not
I did that backwards because when I read it, it was the other way because I was hallucinating.
I did that the other way around. Oh shit. Let me try it again. Redo!
Oh, look at that. I got it this time.
Oh, shocker.
She was right after all.
Shocker, it worked if I just like watched it sober, paid attention. That's the only danger in my golf subscription.
There's gonna have to be an asterisk.
I am not
Please
responsible.
watch while sober. I'm not responsible otherwise.
I'm not responsible after 10:30 p.m. in the evening.
I'm not responsible after 10:30.
How many people are going to
while
get up
you're
and,
on
like,
drugs or alcohol?
Doom scroll your at like the 3 a.m. the
Oh
perimenopause.
my God, the perimenopausal woman is
at
like,
3
I'm tired of
a.m.
sucking a cough, and somehow lands on the other perimenopausal coach.
It's like, here's your 3 a.m. scroll fest. Can you see it now?
100%. I should actually market that.
You should market that. You should put some nice soft music on. You could have like okay, let's party at 3 a.m. Or you could have the like, I'm going to help you go back to sleep.
You go back to sleep.
First, take 3 deep breaths. Second, listen to this putting instruction.
Totally.
Oh gosh, that's what our life has come to.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
All I think about is how we're perimenopausal and still raising children.
Oh my God. Right? And you're like, wait, how did this happen?
How am I here?
Oh, but back to women. That's what I love about Garden Society is that like people like us, it helps us feel better.
Yes.
Helps us sleep.
It was actually such a cool thing to be part of. This is how this went, okay?
Oh my God, this is a funny story.
Aaron is...
I sculled a bunch of chips.
Hold on.
That's how that started.
So that's how it started for her. How it started for me. I'll tell my version and then you tell your version. I'm coming into the pro shop and she's exiting the pro shop and she's like, wait, Amanda, I need to talk to you. Yeah. I'm like, oh God, what did I do now? And we figured out that she needed a lesson and I was available. Anyways,
I scalded a bunch of chips.
Scalded a bunch of chips and we were like, okay, let's go fix that. When we met for our lesson, though, you had just quit your corporate job.
Yep.
Selling glue.
Yep.
That would stick the sole of a shoe to the bottom of the thing that fits on your foot.
Yep.
And decided to start your weed company.
Yep.
And I told you on that tee box, I was like, oh my God, I don't care what it is, I want in.
Yeah,
you
like, did.
Okay. And so we figured out that I could be a brand ambassador for the company.
Schlepping weed to the old ladies.
Schlepping weed to old ladies at their houses. So we figured out how to make it so that it could be educational and party at the same time.
You were an amazing.
It was fun.
I saw Amanda and I was like, if you can teach golf, you can educate
teach
on
weed.
cannabis.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, the golf is so much more complicated.
Totally.
But you also had to get people to trust you.
Yeah,
it's complicated.
and that works. And like, I mean, I know that I'm good at that in my job, so it didn't feel like a hard sell for me to figure out how to stand in front of people and tell them about CBD and THC. I
Yeah.
just needed to understand the science myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But I knew that it was a powerful product, and I knew what you were doing was exactly what we needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there were so many women that I talked to, like,
They all had the same stuff.
we all had the same problems. We were all not sleeping. We were
Yeah.
all gaining weight at a rapid rate, and we didn't understand why.
Yeah.
We didn't have any energy left because
Yeah.
we're all perimenopausal,
Yep.
not sleeping, and we were spiked at 2 a.m. because we had too much alcohol.
Yep, exactly. Because you drink
Because you
alcohol
were trying to drink to
sleep.
go to fucking sleep, and then you spike because the
And then
sugar
you wake
hits. And then
up.
oh, it's just a horrible cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, going into those parties and talking to those women about that was really, really fun.
Oh, it was such
It
a
was-
such a cool time.
Yeah, and it was,
I know, and
it was
it's
beautiful.
like you got to live the front line of regulations too, and
yeah,
like
man, it was wild out
it was
there.
wild, and you also got to see how it makes me sad. Like the sad thing about my job and my industry is that there's not more progression with legalization.
Yeah.
Like there's not more distribution outlets. There's not easier ways to get product to people. Like there's only like 2 stores, and it was so controversial to get 2 stores,
yeah.
right? And even when we were doing it, like
Yeah.
we could have scaled it if we could have shipped it.
Oh, 100%.
But we had to drive it from point A to point B,
Yep.
and you had to have remember the Hello MD car?
Oh my
You were
God.
giving out
Giving
prescriptions.
out
for
prescriptions all
medical.
over.
But like, imagine if there was like a functional way to like create online content and scale
yeah.
it and put it in the mail.
Yeah.
And like, so there's the hemp products
Yeah.
in the market, the THC hemp products. They're also not tested. They're
Yeah.
not regulated.
Yeah.
They don't have the same efficaciousness as
Mhm.
cannabis derived products. So like, it's unfortunately like a loop through the farm bill, like a workaround that people
Yeah.
have exploited. But then they're like, people are buying cannabis derived products or hemp derived products on Amazon and all these places online. And they're like, oh, it doesn't work for me. And you're like, well, of course, it's like not the same.
It's not what you're looking for.
It's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is what I sell and make.
Right.
But there's just, due to the federal illegality and the prohibition and the local
Yep.
regulations, it's just so hard to scale out that like
Yeah.
direct sales model and that like how these women get access and how people get access. It's just so complicated.
It is.
And
It is.
unfortunate because I think it could make our world a lot healthier place.
I agree.
Between alcohol, I mean, Lord knows I love my beer, but like
100%.
how many people drink to medicate or how many people take prescription medications to medicate?
Yeah, that was the one that we spent a lot of time trying to help people understand is
Yep.
you're taking something that is a prescription drug and like whatever. I'm not a doctor, but
Not providing medical advice.
nope, but I am saying facts, which is that it's a synthetic creation.
Yeah.
And
That are
we're
usually highly addictive.
yes, and we were trying to provide you something that was a natural, holistic way to heal yourself
From the earth.
from the earth.
Yep.
And the amount of conversations that I had and continue to have around the value of getting into a healthy circadian rhythm, and that cannabis can help you get into
Yep.
a circadian rhythm that will help you heal your
Yep.
body.
Yep.
And you know, I'm not sitting here trying to tell people like, you broke your damn leg, you need to eat some weed. That's not what I'm saying.
You probably ate some weed to break your damn leg.
You probably ate the weed and then broke your fucking leg, right? But
No, medical
I'm
Western
kidding.
medicine has a place. Nobody
Yeah.
is trying to replace
I'm not
Western
trying to replace
medicine.
Western medicine. I'm not trying to say that
Yeah.
if you needed a tourniquet that you should eat some cannabis.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you that if you have sleep deprivation, if you have chronic pain, if you
Libido.
have libido issues, if you can't figure out how to manage your anxiety, if you have depression, cannabis has a place
yeah,
in your life.
Exactly.
And you can use it to naturally heal yourself, especially if you're already resistant to going to a Western doctor. Here's a choice.
Yeah,
Here's
exactly.
an option for you.
Exactly. Isn't it amazing that they discovered the endocannabinoid system in
Yeah.
1981?
And nobody talked about it.
And nobody talked about it, but think about 1981. Like, that is like we've been alive.
Bruh, my brother is 45. That is his year.
Yes,
okay?
exactly. And so, like, it's not like the nervous system or the cardiovascular.
44. He's 44, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
but,
whatever.
like, it's not like the cardiovascular system that was, like, whenever it was discovered in the 1800s
Yeah.
or whatever. And then what's even more crazy is that who owns the most patents on cannabis?
The government.
The government.
Yeah.
So it's all big pharma lobbying against it
Yeah.
and big tobacco, and the government owns the technology but the government's preventing the research.
Yeah.
There is amazing work being done in epilepsy. There's amazing work being done in PTSD. There's a lot of incredible work with psychedelics and mental health. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, like, and cancer, all of the side effects of managing cancer, like, we had a lot of patients we worked with.
Yeah.
And we would always recommend, like, if you and I had somebody come to us, we'd say, here's a cannabis-friendly doctor, talk to them.
Yes.
But it's just sad that people's health and livelihoods are being prevented, this natural choice, because of the federal government.
Yeah.
And that's just a sad place to be.
It is a really sad place to be.
Yeah. They're doing incredible work in Germany right now, in the European Union, in Australia. Like, there's a ton of legalization efforts, a ton of research efforts, a ton of money going into it.
Man, that's good to hear.
It's
I'm
good,
glad
but
to hear it. I wish that our country would get on board.
I know. Unfortunately, with the chaos of the world, I don't think anything's going to change.
I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
I did have a weird moment where I ended up at an advisory council for DJT, is what they called him, which is Donald Trump before he was put in office, after he was elected.
Okay.
There was a moment, and you're like, do I go to this meeting? Yes, I go to this meeting. I was in the meeting, and I was watching the meeting. I felt like an outer body experience. I was the only woman who was an operator. All the other women were either marketers or legal, like lawyers. So I was the only, like, operator female in the room, and I was like, what is happening?
This is weird.
This is weird. But I was like, could the Republicans legalize cannabis? Like, could?
Well, that would be interesting, huh?
Right? Like, but then you're like, oh,
I want that?
I'm in a weird space. It was a very outer body experience where I felt like I would, like, zoom up and, like, watch the meeting from outside of myself and be like, oh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's trippy.
But alas, here we are and nothing's happened. So,
man.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully. But in the meantime, I'm sure as hell going to have a better golf game because of your 100%. Videos.
Yes. And I have a question because you know this about me, I don't actually prefer to smoke weed. I prefer to eat edibles. As a person who enjoys a joint, do you smoke while you play golf?
Always.
Okay. Do you smoke and drink while you play?
So I have a very interesting drinking tolerance. One beer, and it calms me down.
Yes.
Because my biggest golf problem is I rush it.
Yep.
And I rush my backswing, and I rush my swing, and I rush because I'm hyper.
Yep.
And so one beer, and I tend to go like this.
Yep.
2 beers, I tend to go like this.
Ugh.
And then 3 beers, I go like this. So if I have 1 beer and a smoke, I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Or I have to have a little bit of caffeine.
Do you think that like the way that 1 beer kind of smooths down your nervous system?
Smoking does that too.
Okay, but it does. Well, what I'm hearing you say is that you can have it like at the start of the round or like before you tee off, you've had half your beer, which is kind of smoothing down your nervous system.
Yeah.
It's in and gone by hole 3.
Yep.
And then
the gummy takes the world.
Okay. Okay.
I eat more gummies than I smoke too.
Yeah.
I'm like you.
Because I prefer, like, I just want I want to ride for a long time.
Yeah. And you want to take the edge off and just go.
I want to take the edge off and I want it to stay off. I don't want to have to keep coming back.
Yeah.
So, and I don't like to smoke, so that's why it's a preferred method for me.
So Tom likes to smoke.
Yeah.
And like I like to smoke. I'm not anti-smoking.
Yeah.
I have a joint company. Like I better like to smoke. But I'm a closet gummy eater all day. Like people don't realize how many gummies I eat all day long.
All right,
I
girl.
just eat them all the time.
Well, good.
But you can eat psychoactive ones, non-psychoactive ones, CBD, THC, all sorts of different ratios.
Because the combo, like my favorite combo was 1 CBD and then 1
sativa.
Yes. That was my favorite.
And now we make it. It's a mango.
Oh, yeah, girl.
1-to-1 mango.
There
we took your favorite and we commercialized it.
It's so good. It was a great combo.
Yeah, I'll bring you some. You got to try them. They're delicious. They're delicious.
Yeah.
You don't get quite as high from the mango as you do from the peach strawberry combo.
Boy, that peach strawberry.
Yeah, it's good.
Damn delicious.
It's
good.
My
God. You guys.
You got to try them.
You got to go try them. You can get Garden Society here in Healdsburg at Soulful and at a myriad of other places in Sonoma County. Erin, thank you so much for spending some time with me.
Do you want to know my number 1 lesson I've learned from your golf?
Yes, please share.
Video?
Yes.
Okay, the sand, how to shoot out of the sand.
Yeah.
I was playing in Vegas in December and I got 4 pars in a row. par on a super nice golf course. I was like outer body experience. And then I got a 20 because I got in a sand trap in the fairway and I could not get out of it. I was like, oh, I just should have shot it backwards. I had a huge lip like this and I should just turn around and hit it the other way. Anyway, so I've been watching your sand videos and the one where you told me to widen my stance and twist my club, and I've never missed a sand shot since.
Oh, yeah, Mama. That's what I'm talking about. Good tips.
Widen my stance. I put 2 feet out. I put my foot width twice out both ways.
Nice.
So somebody looked at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Like, how wide are you going?
Yeah, it's going pretty wide. I mean, these are some long legs.
These are some long stems, everybody.
These are some long legs. If I'm getting closer to the earth, it's got to go out. It's got to go out. And then I twisted my club. I opened my club face.
In the face.
And I went really slow, and I followed all the way through, and it was perfect.
Oh, I love this.
Good tip.
Yeah.
Thank you for the video.
For tuning in. I'm glad you did. Did you, because I know you've been doing the calls to action. You've been typing in those words. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It helps me if you comment on this is the deal. If for anybody watching, if you've looked at this stuff that's on Instagram or if you're only looking at my stuff on YouTube Shorts, if you comment the call to action, it triggers an email to come to you. Yeah. Well, it does. It triggers a link to come to you. If you give me your email address, I'll send you more free stuff.
Yeah.
And if you take advantage of that, there's a video on the other side of you clicking on that link.
Yeah.
If you get that far, you're going to get an email from me that offers you a free swing analysis.
Oh, I think I have 3 in my inbox. I got to check you up on that.
So if you take advantage of that, well, great. You send me your video of your swing. I analyze the swing for free. I talk a little bit about what I would do to help you.
Love it.
And then you can make a decision if you want to see me and pay me.
Okay, I'm going to do this.
Okay, man.
I love it. One piece of feedback. I comment a lot. I think I got a #1 fan badge or a top fan badge. I know. But it asks me for my email every time.
I know.
So is there a way you can sync the user to the email since I already have your email?
That'll be an interesting thing to discover.
That's a tech question.
That is a tech question.
For your techie. Like if you comment.
If it recognizes that, well, because what it's doing, yeah, maybe.
Because then it says like, okay, now enter your email. And I'm already to subscribe, but I'm already subscribed.
Yes.
So then I enter my email again, but then I get duplicates.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
That's good feedback.
That's good feedback. Something as a multi-subscriber.
The other thing as a person who is happy to comment on the things, this is something that I did today because I have people comment on
You have so many comments now.
I got a lot of, it's working. Yeah. It's working. But like the video that I put out yesterday, there were a lot of comments. And what I decided to do is because all of them got that initial trigger to say, thanks so much for commenting. Here's your video on how to hit a driver. Click the link. And what I was thinking about was how impersonal that is. And you still don't know who I am. If maybe you follow me, but if you don't know who I am in person, maybe you're not following me and you're just commenting on the video.
Yeah.
Right? And so what I decided to do today was take a short video, like a video of myself just talking and saying, look, I really appreciate you commenting on that. I know you get a lot of trash in your DMs and a lot of junk in your spam box and all of that. Here's what happens if you click that link. Cool. I will send you a video of how to hit a driver. And then on the other side of that, it'll trigger an email conversation where I'll give you a free swing analysis.
Cool.
So I figured out a way to make it a little bit more personal, but what I want to do...
That's a good idea.
Yeah, is maybe there's a way in ManyChat to set it up so that it's not sending you an email or a message in direct messages to say, click on this link to blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's a video message from me.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's like, hey, I recognize that you clicked on this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, let's do this.
Click here.
Also, like, this is a short
or like you could embed in instead of the text, you just embed a video.
That's right. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I think I want to do. But also, I think what your pain point is, I'm hoping, is short term. Because ideally what happens is if you click the link,
then you're in the database.
It does put you in the database, but hopefully what will happen is it will take you directly to my website.
Oh,
which is where all the content is available.
Yeah.
And then you can make a decision on what you want to look at.
The tech stuff is so complicated.
It's really,
and
really complex.
Changing so fast.
I know, and I got really lucky because I took a course from Carrad Gray. It's Perform Golf, which I highly recommend for any golf creator is looking to try to scale their online presence, he had already tested everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he already failed a bunch of times and figured out what worked to
Yeah.
help a person understand how to put all the pieces in place.
Yeah.
So ManyChat, Kit,
Yeah.
the website, building out a course, creating content that is consumable on Instagram.
I love it. Well, you're doing such an amazing job. I mean,
Well,
like, hats off.
I mean, thank you so much.
That is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and I appreciate
Yeah.
the recognition. And I have.
I'm your hype girl. Woo,
Yeah.
woo, woo, woo.
And
Go
I
be
have,
alert.
I
Go
have
be
a lot
alert.
to, like Karen, he really helped me a lot. So I really appreciate what he did. And it's,
Yeah.
And also, like, eventually you get to a place where you kind of understand the formula. And so
Yeah.
you're able to kind of mold it to your own and try and test and see some things. The other
Yeah.
thing that's really weird is just watching the analytics on this stuff.
Oh, cool.
It's all data driven.
That's cool.
It's just trippy, but cool.
Yeah, but cool that you have the data.
Yeah, it's all there for you on Instagram. You can look at all your metrics and see what's up.
I love it.
It's cool. Anyway, my friend,
My friend.
I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks
for having me here.
coming out. You guys, this is Erin Gore of Garden Society. I'm Coach Amanda of Greenside Chats. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.
Bye.